Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. MC North staying live to the World Rock Racing League at Talladega Super Speedway for the WRL playoffs. We have the round of 8, race number 2. We're in the middle of qualifying currently. These drivers are trying to set the pole time. We have 11 drivers currently registered, so a slightly smaller field than we're used to seeing, but hopefully those 11 can still put on one heck of a show. Alongside me, as always, is Michael Matta. Matta, we got a smaller field, but super speedway racing can still be exciting with a smaller group, as long as they don't start hooking each other and take some of the trucks out. We could still get some exciting racing here.
Yeah, I mean, last week we saw some teammate-on-teammate action. We saw Javier Zapata taking out his teammate for the win just about, and he said he was going to be pretty committed to the back bumper of, I forget exactly who it was, but that's something we're definitely going to see.
You know, still got drivers trying to punch their way into the final 4. Not seeing the name of Jonathan Cofield on this registry. We've seen word from Mark Cofield already that he won't be making it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he can just make it in with missing a race, but he might have missed one already.
He missed last week at Coda, and he's missed this week.
Yeah, that might just knock him right out.
I forget the rule on making it in, if he can come back next week and like win it in advance, or if that rules him out. So we'll wait and find that one out.
I mean, small field today, there is one really big team. Not really big, but it might just be the only team. So I think that's what we're kind of looking at. As Will Moore jumps to the top of the leaderboard. 55.49.
490.
Camerata was our number 1 when he started this lap. We'll see if he gains anything here. Looks like nothing. Kevin Stanley Jr. coming around to complete his first lap. Once again, a blinker. Matt McDonald back. Missed a few weeks. I think he's out of the playoffs, if I remember correctly.
I think you're right. I believe he made it into
missed some races
this round, but missed some and got knocked out before this round.
See him running the top, still on his out lap, or for his out lap. Only 2 cars on track. Only one actively going for a time. Everyone else just running practice laps.
Look at the Discord chats. We have 2 teams that have formed, two groups of drivers that are in the Discord channels. Fatal Motorsports has a group in there, and then West Mississippi's channel has a group in there. So we could just have a case of 2 teams between 5 and 6 drivers each.
Is everybody in there? Is there any odd man left out?
Every driver that's in the session, it appears, is in Discord.
Alright, so this could actually... I was a little worried with it being a little lower, you know, this falling off a little bit with the playoffs. But I mean, if there's 2 groups going at it in Discord together, this will be really interesting to see if they kind of break off, kind of pit together, because I think they need 2 stops. I think they can only go 20 laps in the draft, and probably about 18 if they're leading, and probably 22 if they're really saving, is Matt McDonald going to put it on pole. 55.48, and I mean, usually you see that pole only separated by maybe a hundred or a thousandths, but if we look right here, pull up the actual results.
Wilmore put a 4.90, and McDonald was a 4.88. So
yeah,
2,000.
so it was only 2,000. So it doesn't show that in our little qualifying board, but I pulled up because you kind of need it here at the super speedways. Just see that third number, and you see just really how close those top few times are, within 100th of those top three.
Yeah, look at the teams grouped up. Mioto, Irwin, Stanley, McDonald, and O'Toole are grouped up together. And then we got Camarada, Jade Burr, Zapata, Keith Ayers, Will Moore, and Jeremiah Holt, I believe. His name's not matching in Discord, but I think that's the only one that I didn't read off yet. Everybody's done qualifying, so they're going to skip the last minute or two, get right to the grid.
Pull up our qualifying results.
As I go snag our pole sitter.
Matt McDonald, second, Will Moore, third, Charles Irwin, fourth, Keith Ayers, fifth, Kevin Stanley, sixth, Jeremiah Holt, seventh, Ryan O'Toole, eighth, Anthony Camarada, ninth, Austin Mioto, 10th, Javier Zapata, and Jade Feathers with no time.
Here we've got our pole sitter, Matt McDonald. Matt, you got a copy? It's Jonathan and Michael in the booth.
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
Hey, you managed to snatch that pull from Will there by 0.002 of a second. Hardly anything. Judging by the way the teams are split up in Discord, that's a good thing for you because you're grouped up with the other team that he's not a part of. So
yeah, we got the inside line right now, so we're hoping to get some pushing going early.
Yeah, they see it lined up. You're going to start first on the inside, and then same. You got Charles Irwin lined up there, and Kevin Stanley's in there with you. So your whole group's almost just that inside row off the start.
Yeah. So that's we kind of worked out. We wanted to get together. That worked out to where we all are, but I'm hoping for a better start from the pole position than I had in Darlington, where I got a flag. So we're gonna focus on just the small tasks to begin the race.
You know, we were talking about how what is it? I've already dropped what I was gonna say. I had a question. Oh well.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not in the playoffs. So
No.
If I'm correct, so you're just kind of going for a win here. We really, really appreciate you showing up, even though you're not in the playoffs. Keeping the car count up as much as we can. We just wanted to shout you out. In particular, one of the guys showing up not in the playoffs. Not only do we, but I'm sure the entire field appreciates you showing up.
Yeah. And I have fun racing with these guys, and so I'm excited to be here. And yeah, I'm hoping to also help a teammate out, and Charles Irwin there, and see if we can. If I can't get the win, I hope I can push him to get it. So.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to seeing what can go on. I'm excited to see, even with a smaller field, we got two groups of drivers that are going to work together. So it should still be interesting. I'm going to wish you luck starting in that P1, and we'll see what goes on throughout the race.
Yeah, thanks guys for having me.
Matt McDonald, our pole sitter again, driver of the number 11. They make their way through 3 and 4. Pace speed 70 miles an hour, it looks like. Yeah, pace car speed 70 mile an hour, pit speed limit 55. If you pit under green flag, you gotta get that truck slowed from a little under 200 to 55 in a short amount of time, without locking those brakes up as well.
Yeah, you can really gain a lot of time if you're pitting under green here. You see the 5 blinking in and out. That might be a problem today. It was a problem at Coda, but these guys start going through the trial. We'll start finish line just after that. Same as the restart zone.
Green flag is in the air. 70 laps from Talladega Super Speedway. Those inside 3 get a great jump together. Again, their teammates lined up.
See Jade Feathers falling back just a little bit back there. Inside line really formed up right now. Outside line's going to take a little bit, but see if any of those guys jump down low. We know those are the teammates down on that bottom line going to work together. Doesn't have much.
No, they're not really getting to the back bumper of Will Moore on the outside, not getting any push, so he's not going to go anywhere forwards like that. The way that Charles Irwin on the back of Matt McDonald is just pushing him out in front.
I think with this small group, I think we're going to see something kind of in the way of Atlanta where one line kind of pulls away and you kind of got to pick off one by one on that outside. I don't think you're going to make a run unless the outside line becomes dominant and those back two guys jump on top. I think it's just going to be, you're going to have to gain one by one and just use that bottom line. As the 7 tries to jump out of line, doesn't quite connect to it though.
The way Irwin is just glued to the back end of the 11 and McDonald, you're not going to do anything on the top side if you're not grouped together. See, there's only one truck left on the outside now. Everybody's falling to the bottom.
Kind of just like we said, this has become very bottom dominant as the lead. Kevin Stanley Jr. starting to go for it.
Got Stanley pushing the 7, and Irwin gets in front. Again, it's a group of teammates there. So I wonder if they're just trying to shuffle around every now and again to keep the fuel even so they don't have to pit too early.
Yeah, and I'm seeing is the 73 is kind of making that top side work almost alone. Been really good at getting that side draft, and I mean, he's all the way up to second now, all alone.
That is extremely impressive. If he can get himself all the way to the front of the pack by himself, off side draft alone, he's doing something extremely right.
And I wonder if it's the 5 blinking in and out. I mean, that could be part of it. You see him fall back a little bit now, back to third. Got a hole back there, but he's not going to fall in line.
But again, back to those front 3 shuffle, and if they were to let one guy lead big chunks, he'd run out of fuel, 2, 3, 4 laps sooner than everybody else. If they can kind of keep it even, they can maximize that fuel run.
Yeah, and these guys can only go about 20 laps, so that's really going to make a difference with a 10-lap differential at the end if you run it even. So there's going to be a little bit of strategy here. I wonder when we'll see all these teams kind of pit, as we see everybody now single file.
You can see down in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, these trucks get a little over 180 miles an hour in a straight line.
Yeah, and these
I'm sure they could push, with the right pushes, they could knock on 190, no doubt.
Yeah, I was going to say, we can really tell that these guys aren't really pushing, just kind of riding in line right now by the speeds and by the gaps being created. If they were pushing, there wouldn't be any gaps, but I think these guys are just going to ride in line, just kind of figure it out, kind of log some laps. It's 70 laps around here, and I mean, there's not much racing to be had at the moment. I'm gonna do real quick is this camera is completely awful. If I can, I think I'm gonna be able to do it. We'll just leave it. I'll just switch it every time. It's way too low to the ground. You can't see anything that's happening, but it's alright. Let's take a lap on board with Austin Mioto. Kind of get an idea what it's like in the pack. See what they can see. Hear him way out of the gas.
If you're not one of the first, the first, second, and third car in the pack, you're not going to be full throttle a whole lot. The draft's going to keep you right with the car in front. The guy behind you going to keep up close to you, and you can run, 60, 70% throttle. And that'll also extend the fuel run.
You see Mioto, he could get up to the back bumper if he wanted, and so could everybody else, but they're not really pushing. They don't really want to risk starting the accident. See him lift right there. He could get up to the bumper and start pushing, but he's not He's not interested in it. No one else really is either. As we'll switch to Charles Irwin going over in first, you hear that he's not lifting at all, and maybe 90% throttle if anything. Something that's new at this track. They added the big flags they got out there in turn 3 and 4. A really distinct part of this track. No other track really has it. The huge, huge flags out there. They really stand out when you're at the track in person. Just one of those unique things about the track.
One car was out of line. The gap kind of opened up. I don't know what kind of shuffling they're doing, but
It might have been Mioto. Fell back a couple spots from when we were watching him. Right now, our biggest mover is going to be Kevin Stanley, up 3 spots. Biggest loser is going to be Will Moore, -4. You see these back 3 just kind of a little further back here. Don't know if they're just kind of riding, waiting, or what they're doing. I imagine they don't want to be right up against the pack. As long as you can keep with it, I mean, if there's a wreck, you'll avoid it.
And those 3 at the back are the group, are 3 of 6 in the Fatal Motorsports chat. So they're grouped up back there, the team. Gotta save all the fuel if they can. Because all the fuel that you can save, the longer you can go. That last stop becomes shorter and quicker.
Oh, we've got Charles Irwin out of line. Now here we go with that second lane. They want to start racing, only 10 laps to go before their pit cycle. Try and make some moves.
Top line, Charles Irwin, 15 of Ryan O'Toole, 16 of Austin Mioto. They're all kind of lined up there, gonna try and work their way out to the front.
Man, you see that top really working right now. Oh, he's gonna get split 3 wide.
O'Toole to the middle, 3 wide at the front. Irwin all alone on the top. The 5 blinking in and out as those 2 drop to the bottom lane. Charles Irwin left all alone on the top. And he's just going to fall back until he can find somewhere to squeeze in.
Yeah, so I mean, that top line's going to work if you have enough cars and have the momentum. But they left the 7 out to dry, and he's going to fall all the way back. And doing what the 73 did earlier, side drafting, you can only make that work if you have the momentum. So here he stalled out. If he pulled up and started side drafting, he might be able to make some ground. But I think he's just trying to find a hole to get into. But I don't know if he's going to find one at this point.
Single files, 7 found a way into line. At the front of the pack, front 2 are drivers that, you know, they've got speed. They've had their appearances up in the top. And they're coming right back this week, pushing each other to the front.
And I think this is kind of just how this race is going to play out. There's going to be these long stretches of single file, and then they'll get a little racy. I think they're going to get racy again here in about 5 laps coming to the pit stops as 16 pulls out of line. making a look to the outside, not doing anything about it. But I think we're gonna see him start racing at the end of these stints, and then obviously the end of the race.
In the books, coming to the close of lap 12. And I'm excited to see green flag pit stops. I wonder if it's going to work out where the whole field has to come down at once, or if anybody's going to come a lap earlier than empty, or if anybody's stretching it any longer.
I mean, how small this field is. If you don't go with your team, I think if you go with just 2 people, it might work with how small the field is. You might be able to make it work, but I think if you're alone, you're going to be in trouble. But I think that's what we're going to see. I think some people are going to have mistakes. We're going to have single cars out there, and we might see what we don't see at like a usual plate track, is if you come out alone and there's 3 other people alone, they might just slow down and try and catch each other and then be faster than the groups that do come out because they'll be so small. That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm almost anticipating both the teams to go laps, a lap separated. One's going to go 1 lap, the other team's going to go another lap, but I think they're going to go all at once per team.
I'm almost wondering if one team calls it out on the radio, the other team's just going to go right down with them. But there is something to be said about that. If you pit first and a caution comes out, you're just going to gain that lead again because you won't lose a lap from pitting. So you will regain the lead, but I think with how fuel is set up, I think even if we do get a caution right after you pit, I think you're going to pit anyways, take fuel and fill it up.
Again, any longer you can go to shorten that last stop, it just gives you an advantage being further ahead when you come out of the pits.
Especially if you split it, I think almost as far as you can go, you'll be left with about 5-ish laps if you really stretch it on fuel. I think if we see any cautions, you're just going to fill it up no matter what. I think you can go about 20, 40, and then to 60. And if you save in there a little bit, maybe 65, 67 if you're really saving. Right now, Ryan O'Toole, Austin Mioto, respectively up 6 and 7 spots. The biggest movers so far, we saw them make that outside run, and I'm sure everyone else saw that happen and saw it work. And I know who definitely saw it was the 7, who found himself in the middle of them and got sent to the back, or I guess to the outside.
Everyone's sort of riding around, kind of staying calm for the time being as we get closer and closer to needing to put some fuel in it.
Yeah, and it's just making me think you're going to have to be really good on pit stops. I mean, you don't have to be really good. You just can't make a mistake. If you make a mistake, I don't see us really having a caution unless it's right at the end or like some kind of self-spin or something. But I think if you make any mistake on pit road, it's almost going to be a day ender if these groups can stay together. You'll eventually lose that lap. So I think it's just going to be important to not speed on pit road, not speed on entry, don't spin it out. Don't miss the box especially. That's so easy to do when you're trying to get as much as you can on pit road. Just don't miss the box. You're not going to take tires. You're just putting fuel in it. And then don't speed out. I mean, that's really it. Got to really
More of a
focus
killer
on.
to miss your pit box than to enter it slowly, just being safe.
Yeah. There is time to be gained there, but I don't think it's worth the risk of missing the box and then having to try to get back into it as the 7 pulls out of line.
Charles Irwin wants to get back to the front of the pack.
And he was one of the first ones to do it last time, too. He's going to need a little bit of help, though. Still has that momentum I was talking about. Gets a nice hole right there in front of the 73. 73, I'm trying to split him again. 7's going to go back to the outside.
Back to the outside, Charles Irwin.
I mean, he's really got nothing to lose. I mean, you only fall back 5 spots as he's making that run to the outside. I mean, staying even with him right now. Not really having to side draft.
In text chat, we got Matthew McDonald, Ryan O'Toole, Kevin Stanley calling out pit stops.
Yeah, I was told it was about 19 and a half is what they were being told, so they were able to save a
West
little bit.
Mississippi group, if that's what they're identifying as, that's the chat they're in. West Mississippi Motorsports calling out their pits. That's 3 of their drivers. Nothing from Mioto yet. He didn't call it. But O'Toole, McDonald, and Stanley all did. So Irwin, Mioto, the only team not to call it from that team.
See, that's going to be half the field. Everybody looks like they're doing a good job getting on.
And it looks like they did exactly as I said before. Both teams splitting in entirety.
Yep. Oh, the 15, the 7 gets in the back to the 15.
Issues on pit road.
Ryan O'Toole, I mean, they must have thought he was ghosted, and now he's just in his box. Has to back it up. He's going to lose the pack. That's what they didn't need. We'll see what happens with the 7. A little bit slow. He makes it through, but we'll see. We have to jump back to the leaders in a second, but we'll see that rear chase. I don't see any damage. Money taking his fast repair, but I imagine the leaders coming down now. We'll take a look at that.
15 launched away. 16 still in his box.
Leaders going another time by and try and gain a little bit of time. Ryan O'Toole coming out of pit road and the one who spun, but Austin Mioto, not sure what the holdup is. Still on pit road. As Ryan O'Toole gonna be way far back from his pack and now gonna fall back from the other pack. And like I was saying, this is pretty much gonna be a day ender unless we get a caution. See that?
Jade Feathers has called out the entire group that they're in are coming down. Just one call and the entire group coming down.
That first pack is only 4 cars. There are 3 cars packed up all right. It's the 73 a little further back. We'll see what happens, but these guys coming to pit road this time. Jade Feathers really aggressive on the outside.
Ryan O'Toole joking over the radio. His team owner wrecked him. Referencing the pit road incident.
They're 3 wide here. They're going to have to figure themselves out.
Yeah, someone's going to get hooked here pulling into a pit stall.
They're going to figure it out here. Jade Feathers misses his box. Keith Ayers in his box. Good, one more. But here comes the second group pitting a little bit later. I mean, they were able to stay in the line really well. Look how much they're going to gain here. I mean, oh, somebody's on track.
Oh! Kevin Stanley on track. Sideways on track.
Might have been Keith Ayers. Yeah, Keith Ayers.
Oh, yeah, no, Keith Ayers.
We'll take another look at that. I don't know what happened coming off pit road, but something happened.
Taking a notepad.
Oh, he gets
Kevin
loose.
LePage.
He just gets on the gas too much and just right up the track, and it looks like the 73 is going to hit his rear end. Take a look at the 73. But we see these 2 packs. I mean, the leader here, this pack pulled out quite a lot. over
And
6 seconds up.
surprisingly, the 73 is undamaged.
Must have been netcode on his part.
So a little bit of saving netcode for the 73.
And real quick, we'll
But
run
that
through these.
should have ended both trucks.
We'll run through the drivers who are off pace here. You got Jade Feathers, gonna be off that pack. Keith Ayers, Ryan O'Toole got spun, and Austin Mioto. I still don't know what happened to him. Was on pit road for a while. See this 3-car pack going by Charles Irwin, gonna fall on the back of it. Or was already on it. This is our lead pack right now, and that the second pack's fallen off. They were 6 seconds when I called it out, and now they're already up to almost 8 seconds. Check pit road times. Not much was done differently. Everyone had a 9-second stop, just taking fuel. This lead pack gonna go around Mioto to put him a lap down. It'll be our lucky dog if we do end up getting a caution. We're gonna pick him right up. Get another car on there.
Still potentially have. We definitely have one. There's a potential for a second green flag pit stop. And we've already had that kind of excitement on the first one.
Yeah, and I mean, we were saying it. I mean, it was gonna take just somebody messing up, and it would really ruin their day. We've seen it. 2 people, the 15 get spun by the 7, and then Jade Feathers misses box, and Jade Feathers now back 20 seconds to 15, back 33 seconds.
Let Mioto with the long stop, and Keith Ayers with the incident on exit.
I think that's really what's going to decide this race. It's not going to be the big one. It's going to be a bunch of small ones. Not even incidents, just mistakes.
There's a yellow get thrown for it.
Yeah. I saw it when those guys got side by side with the lap car of the 7, or not the 7, but the 16. They did lose a couple tenths, but I mean now they're just staying even at 7.6 with that back group. Take a look at Anthony Camerata, Will Moore, and the 24. I mean, there's not much more they can do. There are only 3 cars versus, I think, 5 up there. '73 gonna pull out a line. Probably gonna want to get to the back, save a little bit of fuel. Switch out.
See, that group's got Stanley, McDonald, Holt, and Irwin.
Along with the lap car of the 16. Which is kind of a big pickup for them. I mean, it brought them from a 4-car pack to a 5-car pack, which is going to be a big advantage over the 3 of the guys behind them. But them switching there gained them about 4 tenths.
On that note, the 16, along with Irwin, McDonald, and Stanley are all on the team, but the 73 tagging along with that group is not on their team. At least the way they're grouped up in Discord again. Jeremiah Holt's in with the group of Camarada and Jade Feathers, Zapata.
And that's interesting because he is the one on the back of this pack now. I wonder if he's just thinking maybe if I save a little bit of fuel, I mean, it's going to be me versus them. It's not going to be me versus everyone. It's going to be me versus these guys being in a different Discord chat. He's probably just thinking, I need to get in front of them somehow at the end of this race. But we say that.
Camarada Moore Zapata, a group of 3 back
You
there.
talk about that group. They're only down to 5 seconds. They're gaining a lot of time. You see Holt right now going 178. This front group, this back group going 185. They're catching really quick. They've gained about
It looks like
2 seconds to pass lap. 2 laps.
Looks like Will Moore is doing a extremely good job at pushing Anthony Camarada. And Zapata doing a great job as the 3rd guy in line.
I think it's Stanley leading that first group, blinking in and out, is kind of hurting their draft. Right there, you see it? And he goes out, and it's hurting that draft just a little bit. And you see them back there. They're gaining really quick. I don't think they know that's what's going on, but I think that might just be the case. Go on board with Camarada. I mean, you can see them. And once you get within a second, that's when you can start sniffing their draft and start really pulling up. So, I mean, they're catching really quick. Camarada going 186. The leader of their group going 179. I think they're saving fuel up here.
I've been watching, and when the 5 blinks out, Matthew McDonald loses about 2 mile an hour, 3 mile an hour each time he blinks out for a second or two.
But you see,
because that air with no truck, it just hits him like a brick wall and just slows him down.
Second place, Matt McDonald is only going 177. Anthony Camarada going 189. He's now caught the draft, but I mean, I think the front group is saving fuel. They only needed about 10 laps. And if they stretched it, they could have. It only would have been about 5. I mean, they might just be saving fuel. You see it just how fast they're going by these guys.
Yep. Top. O'Toole lap car slightly in the mix here.
Because I think if these guys were pushing, there is no way they should have been able to catch. I mean, they caught 4 seconds that lap. And I think that's what it was. I think it was 4 seconds just that lap.
You see Camarada, Will Moore, Javier Zapata making their way to the front after catching with such speed. Those two are at the front are going to drop down. Zapata's left on the top.
You see the pace really picked up to 190 now. They were 16 up into 73. Coming up on the lap car at Keith Ayers now.
We check in on Keith Ayers. Did he go down and get a fast repair, or is he still kind of just hurt?
He's still missing that back bumper. I think he's hoping for a caution. Only going 166. I think these guys go 175 alone. He's way off pace.
Ayers is going to now drop a lap, as well as not be the one in line for Lucky Dog, as both O'Toole and Mioto are going to squeak by.
Yeah, he's kind of hoping for those guys to get involved in the wreck. And now, I mean, what this has done is, you see Austin Mioto right here, Ryan O'Toole right there. The battle for the Lucky Dog is within our pack. I mean, it's not a two-pack breakaway now. We're all together again.
So with everything that happened on pit road, I mean, Jid Feathers is out there all alone. And then the 3 that had contact incidents and a long pit stop, they're all a lap down. So you can see what that's all done to those guys.
These guys have gotten real racy right now. These guys are pushing as hard as they can. They want the track position. And what's really interesting is how slow that first pack was going. I wonder, they've got to have something up their sleeve. You don't catch 4 seconds as a 3 car outside of the draft versus a 5 car.
You can see the 73, Jeremiah Holtz linked up with Charles Irwin. They're on the high side, so still not a team match up there. Irwin just trying to get teams. They're just probably trying to get teams back together for when that next group of pit stops comes up.
And that second group went 21 laps. If they do that again, you say they get to about lap 45. I mean, that'll get them to about 67. So they really only have to do a splash and go. And you saw them saving So, I mean, they're not going to have to put much in compared to that group who was pushing. So I think that's what they're doing. I think they just want to make that last stop as short as possible and jump those guys. Not jump them at this point. I mean, they're there. They're all together. They're just going to put less in it. I think that's their strategy. I mean, they might as well. I mean, they had that gap, and they saved fuel doing it, giving the gap back up. See the 15 up top, trying to make that top line work, trying to keep it racy, but I think these guys kind of want to go single file at the moment. The next car to go a lap down, Jade Feathers, going down the middle of the backstretch now.
For an 11-car field, they're sure making it interesting. Looking at what they're trying to save fuel for, when they want to pit, the moves they're making. I mean, this is still a pretty good race.
Yeah, I thought once this, like in the middle of the run we got right now, I thought they'd be single file, but I mean, they kind of want to race. I thought we'd see more single file like we did in the first little stage. As they catch up to this lap traffic of the 75.
Honestly, I couldn't think of a worse possible truck to keep leading this race as Kevin Stanley. Not for anything against him or the way he drives.
But right there you see it. Yeah, I mean, he's just in and out.
It's got to be extremely scary as the one pushing him. You don't want to be pushing him disappear and you pull up into where his back end is when he reappears. And all of a sudden your trucks are merged together and it could cause an accident. I mean, I've seen it before. It's not often it happens.
I mean, if it's going to happen, this is the place it's going to be. Usually on other tracks, you can kind of get away with it. I mean, it did cause problems at Coda last week. That's what we saw. I mean, him and Kevin Stanley just couldn't get away from each other. See the 24 fall back just a little bit. Jade Feather's trying to hold on to the back of this pack. A little more out of that. I think he's fallen out. No, not quite. He's still there. Are these drivers complaining at all on the radios about the 5, or are they just kind of riding it out?
Riding it out. Nobody's even once told him he's blinking. I mean, unless his teammates in Discord have told him. He's just kind of riding it out.
We'll take a look at what Matt McDonald sees, and this is what he sees. I mean, you see he's there, and then all of a sudden he's not.
I mean, iRacing hasn't implemented a...
And he's going to go by him.
Fix for that. They will send a driver to the pits with a tow while running full speed or get him out of the way of other drivers if it gets bad enough. But it hasn't been the worst. There's just a disappearance here and there.
Go on board with the 73, try and get a better look at what's happening. I mean, it's kind of stopped now. No, he's not in the lead. You see the pace, how it's slowed down. 177. They were running about 190.
Matthew McDonald, Ryan O'Toole, Jeremiah Holt. We got drivers calling out pit stops again here on lap 39.
So this will get
them. It's that same group that went earliest the last time.
And I think this will get them about 20 laps ahead of this. It'll be 10 to go. Then they'll have to pit again. See the front coming down. Oh, that's going to be most of the pack. Only a couple guys not going, 4 of them. Contact's going to be
Hot
made.
ups from the 15 and 5.
See everybody pretty much into their stalls nicely.
And that leaves
Javier
5 drivers on
Zapata,
the track.
Anthony Camerata, Will Moore, and Jade Feathers still out there in that pack. 7 comes out
Feathers
first.
a lap down.
Looks like Matt McDonald having a slow stop.
Heath
26
all by
seconds now.
himself and damaged, calling out his pit stop this time. He should take that fast repair.
Yep, and these leaders not coming down.
They're gonna make it another 2 laps like last time.
And I mean, they're saving again. They're down to 173, 174. I wonder if they're trying to stretch it 1 extra lap, like if they're really close.
And there it is again. Jade Feathers in 75 calling out the 24, 71, 8 and himself while coming down pit road.
You see these guys on a line right here. Not up to full speed. Only 3 cars. The 4th one pulling back just a little bit. Keith Ayers down pit road. As we've got our leaders about to make their stop.
Everyone's slowing down, make that 55-mile-an-hour limit at the cones.
Very
Pretty
clean.
good entry from those guys.
Here's a pot in his box, 75 in his box, 71 in their box. Will Moore in their box clean. As these guys coming off turn 4, we'll see where they cycle out. I think they're going to pull away with that lead again.
Looks like the 24, just as they came in, is going to be the first one. Oh, no. A little more about even, but the momentum's going to go to the 24. Actually, they're giving it to Will Moore. He's going to slide in front. There goes the pack on track. Well, 4-car group on track to get on by.
10th and 11th right now. Keith Ayers and Mioto kind of together, might be able to pack up. And this backpack, I mean, they're separated. I don't know if those back cars.
It's going to take some time to get them 4 together. And
I don't know if Anthony Camerata is going to be able to pull up to the back of those guys, because he's got to get Jade Feather on the back of him, and I think they're going to just pull away. I think they're in trouble. Because these guys are nose to tail going to line up, and then these 4 up here, I mean, they're just going to gap them. Looks like they might have slowed down back there to let them catch up. So we see Will Moore at the front of this group going 176. The front of the front group going 180. So front group still going a little bit quicker. Our leader right now, Charles Irwin. Leader going 182. Will Moore going 182 as well, so about even right now. And what might help this first group is they're coming up on Matt McDonald, who finally came off pit road down the backstretch. You see these guys way back there, and then in front of them, Keith Ayers and Mioto have found each other.
I did hear Ayers over radio tell Mioto to stay behind and draft, so let's see if they can work anything out, stay just a lap down, and see if anything goes in their favor.
I mean, they're still about 5 mile an hour off pace from having 3 or 4 in a pack. But I think they'll be able to stay on the lead, not the lead lap, but just stay 1 lap down.
You look at the relatives and the time gaps. Matt McDonald's ended up all alone.
Matt McDonald's alone, but this front group is starting to catch him, and he's going to want to try and get right on the back of them to stay as that lucky dog. See that back group starting to catch just a little bit, slowly eating away at that time. 5.6, 5.5. Maybe down to 5.4 here, so they're slowly catching up. Doing a little bit better. These guys coming up on Matt McDonald here. You're going to be able to pull on him just a little bit. Get that draft, get a little bit to pull off of. See them up to 183. No one else was hitting that alone. Not alone, but without someone in front of that lead group. 184, 185. Well, I'm going to pull out of the way. See what he's able to do. Going to be able to fall right in the back of that really nicely. 15 slowing up just a little bit for him. Going to add another car to that pack. And surprised the 15 helped him out there. I mean, that's for the lucky dog. The 15 and the 11. They're going to put them side by side and try and get their lap back together. And they're pushing on the outside. They're going to get it done, I think. Oh, the 11 splits him. Nope. They're going to get to the lead and get their lap back the hard way at the moment.
Fight their way up. The leaders, if anything, could just tuck in behind that and save some fuel, too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the leaders really thought about fighting that really at all. I mean, they're getting pull, and this just helps kind of everybody. It's kind of in their best interest to let them ahead. That way they don't have to fight each other right next to them. And, yeah, just a net gain for both parties. I mean, if the caution does come
out. The yellow comes out, that takes us from 5 a lap down to just 2.
Yeah.
Feathers would get the lucky dog, and then just leave it here as Mioto. So if we do get some sort of fight near the end and get a car turned around, I mean, we'd have almost the full field back and see where that shakes up from there.
And you see, now that they've gotten this 5th car, I mean, they're up to 186. They were starting to pull away from Will Moore, but Will Moore, I mean, starting to pull reel back in just a little bit. Not as much as they were.
Yeah, that group at the back currently has 4 in the line. Will Moore, Javier Zapata, Anthony Camarada, and then Jade Feathers is attached to the back of that as well.
And if I was this lead group, or if I was either of the groups, really, maybe not the second group. If I was the lead group, I would 100% pit as early as I could. As long as everybody's on the same fuel strategy, I think you just pit with 20 to go,
Yeah,
get it out of the way.
To like 19, 18 laps to go.
That way, if a caution does come out, you'll just cycle to the front. Because you won't go that lap down.
Exactly.
It's kind of the opposite of every other track. You want to be the first one in, if you can, hope for a caution, and cycle to the lead.
The way they've been running it this whole race, they could come down next time by, time after, and make it. Now, that doesn't leave room for any overtime or yellow flags near the end, but...
Yeah, if I was these guys,
I'd
probably go in at like coming to 17 to go or 18 to go, just to give me that security of having the overtime. But I mean, you might not even need it. I mean, you give yourself a lap and then just pit at overtime. You're only going to have 9 cars on the lead lap. I mean, anything could happen. I mean, if we had 40 cars, maybe you take that extra little bit of fuel just to make sure you got enough. But I think you just take what you need to finish the race under green, and enough to get the pit road if a caution does come out. See, Wilmore slowly eating into that time. I think it's going to take... I don't think they'll get this under green, but they have another pit stop coming up. It's going to matter how much fuel they're going to have to take and how good they can get on pit road. And see them starting to catch that 2-car pack of Ayers and Miyoto. They'll be able to gain a draft off of them, and that's not what those back guys want. Because then they might just be able to add them onto their group and make it even bigger. Something happened to that second group. Lost a lot of time. We'll take a look. I'm not sure what happened, but lost a couple tenths. Someone got out of line. As these leaders starting to catch this lap traffic, gonna be able to use that. That might have been what it was. You see him just pulling now.
Keith Ayers over the radio said that his fingers were going a little numb and he thought he was hitting one button and hit another, so that caused a little shake up around his truck.
You see that's shaking them up. Trying to get around those lap guys. They made it around successfully. It's going to put those two side by side. Miyoto's going to have the pole. Keith Ayers might fall off the back of it. But that puts these... Now we just have 2 groups on track. You see the track map. Just 2 groups. And this front group has the most cars. Keith Ayers falling off. As these guys are now definitely inside of the window from where they can pit and make it. But I mean, as this front pack, I mean, you got good momentum going. You're gaining on that backpack just a little bit. I mean, don't mess up a good thing, right? Don't pit yet. The 15 gonna pull out a line. Gonna give that. Gonna become the lucky dog. Could that be on purpose if caution comes out to trap Jade Feathers a lot down? And that back group not really gaining anything at all, just staying right at that 6-second mark. Coming to 16 to go through turn 3 and 4. I'm surprised that backpack hasn't tried pitting yet. Matt McDonald not really racing for anything right now, really just hoping for a caution. But he's not going to get it with the way they're racing right now. And leading this, I mean, he's going to he can't stay out an extra lap than these guys can to maybe hope for somebody to spin coming on pit road. His only option might be to go an extra lap and run out of fuel. I mean, that might just be what happens, hoping for somebody to spin coming to pit road.
Call out for Will Moore. Yep, here comes the second group. Will Moore, Zapata, Anthony Cambrata, all down pit road. The whole fatal group once again.
Caught the back end of it. It didn't look too bad. I mean, it looked pretty good from the little angle we got. Make sure nobody misses the box here. 24 in the box, good. 71. Keith Ayers in the box, good. The 8 in the box, good. Everybody in the box, good. But kind of see what happens. 8's going to be off first. 71 with the good momentum. The 8 slides the tires a little bit. 8 should fall in line here. 24 is not going to let him in. Going to have to fall in behind. I think it was the 24 and the 71 were beating and banging last time at Coda. So the 24 is going to be connected to that back bumper. And I like what I'm seeing here. These guys are pretty close for the amount of cars that came down. I think these guys might gain in a little bit of an advantage here. I mean, they're doing really well. It might not be coming off of pit road, but once they get like into turn 3 and 4, when they finally meet back up, because they got packed up really quick and really nice. Look back at the leaders. I mean, they're still doing a really good job, but they're gonna have to pit it sometime.
Take from that front group is no mistakes. Any of them make a mistake, that's going to end their chances.
Something to note: this lead group, although there is 7 cars here, there's only 3 of them actually racing for a position here.
Yeah, Erwin Stanley and Jeremiah Holt.
So I mean, these lap guys could technically go a little bit longer than them. I mean, they don't have to pit with them and be within their best interest, but if those lap guys stay out, say hope for a caution, that'll just leave 3 guys going down pit road, and that front group will really have a huge advantage. As these guys going 183, this front group going 185, so packed up really well right now. Gonna have that advantage of just gaining a little bit of time. Yeah, this front pack is really cooking right now. 187 versus the front guys. I mean, the same place on track. I mean, 5 mile an hour difference.
Sounds like the entire front group communicating over the radio. They're all going to come together.
And that is within the best interest of the leaders, really. Here they come. Charles Irwin really sending it in there. Five's got to slow down to make his box. See these guys all hit their box really well. A little bit slow. Gonna leave 3 trucks just to be, I mean, just like I was saying, this is gonna be 3 trucks. The 11 gets loose down there. Gonna pick it back up, but this is gonna give this backpack a little ride on board with them. I mean, they're just gonna have huge momentum catching these front guys. This is our leader, Anthony Camerata, or soon to be leader, I think. See them flying by these guys. 2 lap cars. I mean, they got a pretty good gap up there, but they just have a lot of cars with them right now. I think they'll catch only 10 to go, though. These guys going 182 for the leader. Charles Irwin, 178, yeah. I don't think they have much of a chance. These are the 3 guys.
Those three all alone are currently competing for what could be the win.
It's something really important.
Colt.
I can't stress enough, the 24 is going to be glued to the back of that 71. He spun him out at Coda, a teammate. He's going to push no matter what. If they get the lead, I don't see any way the 71 will not win this race if they get up front with the 24 on his bumper.
And again, at that line of Irwin, Stanley, and Holt. Holt, once again, not a teammate with the 7 and 5. So he's all by himself with no teammate help. So if he's going to make any moves, they have to be a large run and a lot of aggression because he's not getting by any other way.
And his backpack's starting to go too wide. They're still catching that front pack, but not as quick as they were. I'm starting to doubt if they're even going to catch him at this point.
3.4 seconds to chase down in 8.5 laps.
I think they'll catch him. It's looking a little bit better now. It was looking a little bleak when they were mid-corner. They need to just get within 1 second. They'll get that draft and pull right up to him as that top line starts to fade. Thinking better of it.
The way it sits, there's 3 drivers up at the front and 3 drivers in the big pack that have a chance to win it. Camaradas Zapata Moore leading the lap cars around in the second group. Irwin, Stanley, Holt all by themselves at the front. And that gap is shrinking. Down an entire second that last half a lap.
And there's nothing these front guys can do. All they can do really is just keep riding in line and wait for them to get there. They're going to get there. And all they can do is just wait. They wish there was 3 laps to go. Not even. They wish there was 1 lap to go. Because they're going to catch them, I think, the next lap. Because they're going to start sucking in on that draft. Probably down the front straight. You can see right there, Camerata is 100% in that draft now. And here they come.
Another second over that last lap.
Yep, this would have had to be the last lap for them to even have a chance at them not catching, but they have the draft back there now, and they are coming.
They're going to have them caught down the backstretch, down by turn 3. Maybe even sooner. They're going to get a mid-backstretch at that rate.
You see Irwin going 182. We'll see what Camerata's doing. Going 190.
Don't forget, Jeremiah Holt, not a part of the same team as those front 2. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the pack as they come up, and Jeremiah Holt.
There they go around the outside. The 7 going to try and block you. He's not going to be able to do anything. Going to go all the way to the top. Going to give him a big bump.
A little more with a shot. The 15 below 75.
Oh, the 24 goes around. Upside down.
Up and over. First caution of the night comes with 7 to go, and it looked like the 15 with a run just drove through everything they could. Got underneath the 24 and just sent him around.
So, I did see Jade Feathers get a little loose at the beginning of that. Well, look at this from this view. I think this is the best we're going to have.
Look at the bottom of the track there. The 15 just sticking it in under the 24.
Yeah, you see the 15
come
come
massive
down.
Run.
Hits the 75 a little and does the same thing to the 24. He gets loose in the 24 upside down. 16 gets collected. The 16 brings the 15 with him down pit road. Not too much damage for those guys, but the big story was, I mean, Javier Zapata getting upside down. That thing's crab walking. We'll take a quick ride on board before these guys hit pit road. See what this ride was like.
What a ride inside that cockpit.
As we start our pit road, I believe we're going to see everyone. Actually, these guys can make it. I think we might see 1 or 2 guys maybe in the back just in case it's green-white checkered.
Only the guys involved are going to come down.
Charles Irwin faking it. He faked it. Gets in the 71 coming back on track. Javier Zapata going to be the first one down, obviously. I mean, for going upside down. I was going to say it doesn't look too bad. I think it's pretty bad. Gonna take that faster pair if you
I mean,
still got it
it
left.
doesn't look the worst, but the track we're at, I mean, you're gonna need that truck perfect if you're
Yeah.
gonna. You get out in the front with that, and it's just gonna be a parachute. You're not gonna be able to hold the lead.
Ryan O'Toole at massive damage was the one who hit Miyoto. Came down pit road with him. Looks like he doesn't have that
No
fast
fast
repair.
repair.
Javier Zapata obviously did. But Ryan O'Toole, I mean, not going to be a day ender per se, but not going to be competitive whatsoever. Take a look, Matt McDonald, going to be our lucky dog. Really fast, was able to race his way up to the lead there. Obviously lost it once pit stops started happening, but going to be our lucky dog back on the lead lap with what I'm guessing is going to be 3 to go when they come back around for green. I mean, look at this damage. I mean, I don't think the toe is really perfect either. A little bit of right side damage too. Gonna try and fix as much as we can. Matt McDonald gonna come down, probably put a little bit of fuel in it, maybe just take tires just for the heck of it.
Do apologize on the radio for getting into everybody there, specifically the 24 that caused the yellow.
And we are not 1 to go yet, are we? No.
I do believe we're gonna have a double green, white checkered
Let's take a
before
look
we
back
activate overtimes.
at that yellow again from the far chase of the 15.
You see that top group up there of Wilmore in the middle. You had Zapata, Wilmore, and Jade Feathers. They kind of caught the chaos in front of trucks scrambling. They all got wiggly and shifted down a little bit. But the run from the 15, he didn't want to let up on it.
Yeah, everyone goes high and he sees this clean open air. Well, I mean, honestly, right there, the 75 came down just a little bit on him, but the 24 was already there. And this is where the damage with the 15 comes in, hits the end of pit wall.
That's the end. That's major there. That had to hurt.
Lost Miyoto back down pit road. Don't see any damage on him. Must have still, or down pit road. Miyoto? Yeah, still down pit road. 15-second stop. Guessing he just put his tires on for the why nots of it. Ryan O'Toole got 1:11 done in repairs. Truck still looks pretty awful. Catching the back of the back now. See Kevin Stanley Jr. really fast tonight, leading quite a bit of laps, but I mean, going to be a bit of a problem on this restart.
We're going to have 7 on the lead lap. 2 of them fighting for lucky dog position with Feathers and O'Toole. We're going to have, like I said, a double green, then a white, then a checkered flag in the air. Close out the second race here in the round of 8.
Yeah, with Martinsville next week, I mean, nothing is guaranteed next week. You win this race and you don't have to worry whatsoever about Martinsville.
By next week, we will have to get a graphic up of updated points and who's locked into the Final Four or not.
And something to note, I'm guessing this is going to knock out. I don't know what they're going to do with Jonathan Cofield.
Yeah, he's missed both races so far just to go start this round. So, I mean, if they have a ruling in place that eliminates him, even if he wins, then, you know, the strongest driver of the season will not be the champion.
Yeah, I mean, quite literally the championship favorite.
We're going to head back down towards the restart zone here. Kevin Stanley leading Jeremiah Holt, Charles Irwin, Wilmore, Anthony Camarada, Javier Zapata, Matthew McDonald all on the lead lap. Green flag is out. A good jump at the inside for Stanley and Charles Irwin. They're going to go way clear. See Anthony Camarada fall to the bottom in front of Moore. Jeremiah Holt's going to stick to the top. No longer room to slide down.
You see that blink, the 7 on the back bumper? That's really scary. That car's going to get a really good run. 24 right there. Not going to make the move. 73
If
has
I'm
been the
anybody,
best. They run that outside line.
if I like the position of anybody right now, it's got to be Wilmore and Javier Zapata. They're just going to sit and chill for a minute here. See if anything happens at the front they can get a run off of or drive by maybe a spin.
Here comes the 11. We know he's really quick. Here he comes. 73 and 11, two of the best trucks tonight at working alone. Going to work together now. Two to go. Stanley disappeared there for a long time. Jeremiah Holt still to make that charge on the outside, not quite making it work. Big bump from the 24, or from 24 to the 7. Outside line, I think needs one more person to really make it work. A big push here coming to the 5 out of the corner. Ooh, the 71 gets pushed up high and no chance gets turned into the 7.
There he goes, collects the 7. 71 upside down through the grass, and holy crap. Anthony Camarada for a wild ride.
That might be the most insane wreck I've seen in a race. That
might
jump
be the
cut.
most wild camera cut to the 71, just flipping like the king in cars.
Oh, I saw him flip and I was like, oh, I gotta find his name. I couldn't find his name because he was dropping through the field so quick, and when I cut to him, he is turned into a flying machine.
I need to see this one back. And there he is upside down at the end of it all.
Well,
Here he goes.
Go
Looks like he
exclusive.
moves up.
With the 71 here, he gets pushed out of line just from a big
Pushed
run.
out of line. 73 pushes the issue and hooks him. Catches air. And just, that's the craziest thing I've ever witnessed in iRacing.
Let's go back. Let's get a better view at that.
The way he just floats.
I think TV3 was the best we're going to get. I mean, shades of
Someone said,
Priest at Daytona.
I mean, someone said, Jesus, take the wheel. And at that point, Jesus was a 6-year-old playing with Matchbox cars.
And, I mean, we have to. We have to take a look on board with
We
this
have
one.
to onboard that one. Someone get the medical crew, because he might not be alive after that one.
I mean, we'll see the Irwin here. I don't know if he checks up or the 71 gets a really good run. I mean, he has nowhere to go right there. Kind of gets forced out and then gets hooked right here by the 73, and he's kind of along for the ride.
Wow. I hope
Hope he's not in
Andrew's
VR.
not in VR.
Yeah, same thought going through our head right there.
I hope he's not in VR, because
I mean, he sits
need a
it back
puke bucket.
down, and I mean,
it drives away, but it's not in good shape.
as right now we got pit stops happening with everybody who was involved with that wreck. Charles Irwin, Matt McDonald, Anthony Camarata. The one who has flipped still has a fast repair. Truck looks great. Jade Feather's going to be our lucky dog, I believe. Rhino Tool down on pit road.
Jeremiah Holt is getting the EOL for the incident. Jeremiah is kind of, debating back that it's not his fault.
Do have a couple seconds to go back and look at it from the far chase before we do go green.
Notification from race control. They do send all cars involved to the back. Not that it's going to make a difference for Anthony Camarata, but Jeremiah Holt is going to get sent to the back.
This is just fun to watch. I mean,
just the way it picks up, like, it gets up in the air, and then it picks up a little bit more. It almost, like, double jumps,
yeah. But as we come around, we are We going this time by? No. Rhino Tool is still on pit road, trying to get that thing fixed. I don't know how much he'll be able to get fixed and see if it looks any better. Not really. Still, I mean, he'll be our lucky dog if we get another one. How many green white checkers these guys run? Is it 3?
Yep, they're on 1 of 3 with this one here.
Yeah, because the first one was.
They're going to be up to 8 on the lead lap. Camarada got his truck fixed. Do you have that fast repair available still?
Who was it?
Camarada.
Camarada, yeah.
Did he?
Yep,
He had that
truck is
fast
fixed.
repair. And you know what? We're down to 1 to go before they take the green, so I'm not gonna pull him up. I should have done it sooner, just to ask him if he's dizzy or not.
If we get another green white checker, we'll definitely pull him up, see what he has to say about it, and if we don't, we'll definitely grab him at the end of the race.
Anyway. If he's not top 3, and if we go get another, and a little more, if they make a comment on Captain. So.
Oh, I think you're better.
My shit went all like
Nope, you're good.
red packet loss. And...
You're good now. Your mic is on again. As Kevin Stanley Jr. also having internet problems. Seems to be an every week thing now. Our leader, Will Moore in second, right behind him. 24 outside. Starting to get a little dark here at Talladega.
Yeah, Will Moore did make a comment over the radio on the 5s blinking, apologizing if he wrecks him because of it.
24 doesn't get any jump at all. I think it's more of that top and the bottom just got a really good jump. 8's going to get up top with his teammate. Seven going to get down low behind the 11.
5 run on the inside. They're not going to have anywhere to take it except
And
into the
the
5.
five.
He blinks out.
Oh, another big one to 17.
Back. 17 was almost the 3rd truck of the night to fly through the air. That one sat itself back down.
And that was relatively tame. I don't think there was much of any damage. I'm not sure who's up there. Let's check it out.
But to be that involved Mioto, Ayers, and Jeremiah Holt. And that should put the 15 and Ryan O'Toole back on the lead lap as well.
Yeah,
so another truck back into the race.
Something happens with Mioto. Just goes up the track. The 73's there. 17 gets a little airborne, but 73 might have made a little bit of contact right there with somebody. No, they all kind of got out of it. I mean, not much damage. That's all fixable. I think just in the pits here.
Now the 15 did make it through without any contact or incidents. So that's going to bring 9 trucks back onto the lead lap.
Jeremiah Holt down pit road before it's open. But it's this is what these guys see on track. It's starting to get dark. They're running out of time to run this race. I mean, they got time. They're going to have time to finish it, but they're really starting to run out of light here.
Yeah, we're running out of daylight. There are no lights here.
I think they got enough time. They'll be able to see. Me and you have done a race here at night, and works for a while until all of a sudden it doesn't.
Yeah, definitely not many people that have experienced a transition into night at Talladega, but it does get darker and darker and darker, and then it hits a point where it goes from some visibility, it just shuts off. You have absolutely nothing.
Javier Zapata coming down pit road. He wasn't involved at all. Was actually right up front. Will Moore also. These guys must have been close on fuel. We'll see how long they stayed on
I
pit
think that's
road.
the entire first group that came down the earliest. They might be pushing fuel a little bit
Yeah,
more.
Will Moore only 5 seconds down pit road. Javier Zapata 7.5. Jade Feathers 5.25. I mean, yeah, these guys just putting fuel in it. They were close, and like I said, you're not going to lose much track position. Only going back to say about 9th, and you're not losing much. You saw Matt McDonald had to pit, coming to that first green white checkered, made his way up there into the fight, and this little amount of cars, you can kind of pit, do whatever you want, and you're still right in it. Starting to get a little foggy too. Not going to help the visibility.
Grab ourselves some of that Anthony Camarada.
Yeah, let's do it.
Once I find where to send him. Because he's up in the fatal chat. Find our chat to send him to. Anthony, Jonathan, Michael in the booth. Got a copy?
Yep.
How dizzy are you?
We just wanted to check in with you and see if we wanted to see if you filled a puke bucket next to the rig or anything. If you're still doing all right, you got your eyes taped open or anything?
Yeah. Thankfully, I don't have a VR. I broke the Hans device in the crash, but luckily I had the fast repair to fix it.
Yeah, you know, we were saying, we didn't say it till we watched our onboard. We both thought the same thing at the same time. We said, we hope he's not in VR after that one.
And no, I had to close my eyes, even not in VR.
Yeah, I can only imagine how that one looked actively racing it.
Yeah, I was trying to go for it, but hey, we got lucky. Kept my fast repair the whole race, so we're still in it.
Hey, real quick, sitting
Absolutely.
P4 right behind you, Javier Zapata. I think he's got a little payback to give you. You're really hoping he sticks to that back bumper, don't you?
Oh yes, I do.
Looks like we're doubling up here to go green. You got green, white, checkered 2 out of 3 attempts. So yeah, good luck, and we'll see how you bring it home.
Thank you.
I think I sent him to the wrong fatal chat.
I got it. I believe. I think I got him in the right one this time.
Yep, looks like you got him this time. Yep.
All right.
Sent him to the ARCA Fatal Motorsports voice chat, so we got him in the right spot now.
What I haven't noticed until now, we've got a really long, longest line here. Get 3 cars on the outside and then everyone else on the inside. Could really kill that outside line once we get going. Or what we might see is some of those back guys. I mean, we got Will Moore and Javier Zapata up there. Might jump up to the top, try and help their teammate. This camera down the backstretch is so bad. This is number 2, right? Restarts?
Yep, 2 of 3. So if they don't make it to the white flag and they wreck again, we will have one more final attempt.
That means these guys are starting to run out of fast repairs. Only had
what.
1. So, I mean, these guys can't really afford another one.
I mean, we've seen Camarada doesn't have one. Keith Ayers, who's 2 laps down in 11th, doesn't have his. I hope used his. Matt McDonald might still have his. I don't remember. I think he might have used it, though. Irwin, I think, for sure has his. I don't think we've seen him get into anything. We're going to head down into the restart zone. Kevin Stanley still leading and controlling. Going to get the jump on the inside. Charles Irwin right behind.
71 giving a really good bump on the outside.
Yeah, Camarada on the back end of Matt McDonald pushing around the outside. They're not going to let that inside pull away as easily.
You see that top line's really formed. tandem drafting in the top 2, but everybody else kind of just doing their own thing.
We went from just a couple drivers being able to win this to almost everybody, but the last
And
two
they go to the
being-
middle, going to separate the 11.
Matt McDonald, no help on the outside. Feathers pushing Camarada. Zapata in the middle. Gonna make that 3-truck run. Matt McDonald tags along for a 4th on the high side. Here comes 2 more to the inside. Will Moore and Jemiah Holt behind Irwin and Kevin Stanley. As we are 2x4.
Coming around to the start-finish line. Anthony Camarada going to lead coming to the final lap. And Camarada got help from behind, a bunch of teammates at 24. And the 71 tries to go low. It's not going to work. Going to wreck the field.
Oh,
the big one.
one.
The only one not involved.
Who is going to win this?
Ryan O'Toole not involved. On the lead lap. The only one not
Actively
involved.
leading Javier Zapata.
I mean, he's got major damage. Everyone's going to have to go in and pit. I mean, Ryan O'Toole, the only one to make it through.
It's
But
over. They made the white flag.
they made the white flag. That's right.
Zapata's out in front, but he's losing time. He's destroyed.
And they're racing this. This is a race. Ryan
O'Toole,
O'Toole, the
McDonald.
only one to make it through the wreck. Matt
The
McDonald,
15
though,
out in front.
they
He's
got to
got a
run.
little bit of time and a little bit of help.
He's got the draft.
Here comes Matt McDonald.
He's going to push him. Oh, he's going to wreck him.
Oh, and he gets him out of shape. He gets him out of shape.
And here comes the 5.
Here comes Kevin
It's
Stanley.
gonna be
but it's
Matt McDonald.
The pole sitter.
I for sure thought that was going to be the end of the race. I didn't even think about it.
What a finish. The big one started at the front of the pack, collected absolutely everybody.
And, you know, I called it when it happened. Brian O'Toole back in 9th was way, way back there. Wasn't involved and just had the momentum. And then all of a sudden, Matt McDonald comes through with it. Let's kind of see the beginning of this if we can. Here it is. I don't even know what view to use for this. We'll go, I guess, really far out. The first one. Kind of see it starting there.
I did hear Camarada over the radio apologize and say his spotter said clear before he moved down. And he almost was. He definitely was extremely close to clear when he pulled down.
Let's take a look.
We see a lot of tailgates flying through the air back there. Some of the drivers still with some speed and draft.
Take a look on board from when this happened at where Ryan O'Toole was almost the winner. I mean, he's this far back and everybody wrecks and gets rolling again, but he has the momentum. He sees it happening. White flag, you got to keep your foot in it. Almost a race-winning move.
He's winging his way through. He's still got all the speed. Just by himself, once Kevin Stanley and Matt McDonald got linked back up, they had more speed and the momentum.
Well, I mean, not only that, but I mean, he can't go full speed. We saw how far he was off the pack. He's got that right front damage going by the 11 here. Who eventually ends up passing
Zapata
him.
there, who was the leader but had no speed. And if this was Daytona, Mioto wins this race. But
Yeah.
we're at Talladega Super Speedway. The start-finish line isn't at the middle of the tri-oval. It's between the tri-oval and turn 1 out down there.
I mean, he tries to block, and there's nothing he can do.
It gets him out of whack.
Battle for the lead. Take a look on board with where Matt McDonald was when all that happened. And he was pretty far back too. He didn't have much damage at all, I think. Sees it happen below him, and then, oh, it's just in the. This is our race winner. NASCAR needs to take a lesson, you know? If there's a big one that happens, they shouldn't call the caution. They should let it run out just like this every time.
Just let it run to the checkered.
There might
If they
be
hit the
6
white,
people
you do
dead
not throw.
on the
If they hit a
backstretch.
white, you do not throw yellow. And after saying Charles Irwin wasn't in anything the whole race, he finishes P9 a lap down. Didn't even finish the race there.
And I mean, our biggest mover, Javier Zapata, going to be up 6. But I mean, Ryan O'Toole, I mean, he didn't win the race. But I mean, he drove it from having the most damaged truck to being about even with everyone else at the end of the race. Still finished 3rd. We're going to talk to him.
Still brought it home in the top 3. We'll get a talk from him on how his day went. We'll also talk to Kevin Stanley. He spent most of the time up front, and unfortunately, didn't get the win. Matthew McDonald, who started at the front and didn't really stay up there that long, but made it back when it mattered.
Yeah.
I did see McDonald in the waiting room, but he disappeared, so we'll wait for him to come back.
We got Ryan O'Toole around. We'll go backwards. Unless he comes back.
We'll start with our 3rd place. We'll get Ryan O'Toole. Ryan, it's Jonathan and Michael in the booth. Got a copy?
Yep.
Almost had it. I mean, you weren't on with the pack when you wrecked. You drove past everything, and just those 2 trucks finally got together for each.
Yeah, my truck was pretty broken. It had like 11 minutes of damage, so I was just riding around, and yeah, it didn't take a push, and so when I got hit, it just broke loose on me.
But yeah, I mean, we watched your onboard. It was kind of crazy how you made it from the back to the front. I mean, you had the chance, but I mean, just a little bit better of a truck beat you with. I don't think you had much damage.
Yeah, it was 165 top speed. So, yeah, it wasn't going great. And then when I made it through, I was like, oh. And then it told me I was in 5th, so I didn't really even try. And then all of a sudden, after I was like, I got 3rd, and I was like, wait, I was in the lead.
Yeah, you had the lead.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was in the lead. So
I think you were the only truck not involved in that wreck.
Well, I guess when you're going 160 and 30 lengths back, it kind of helped.
Yeah. But, I mean, we saw you were kind of just a lap down all day. You drove yourself back up to the lead lap at one point in front of the pack, then fell back, ended up getting the lucky dog. Then you finally hit that inside wall pit road. I mean, kind of just seemed like not a great day overall.
That first run, I was actually really good. I was leading most of the time, and then my team captain decided to turn me in pit road. So
yeah, that's right. We saw that.
There. So yeah, I got damaged there, and then I was always a lap down at that point, and then the big wreck caught me pretty good, and then I was just the slowest car on the track.
But I mean, you didn't park it. Yeah, you didn't park it, and ended up getting 3rd out of it.
Yeah, it was a good run.
Up here in the broadcast, I kind of forgot that the race was still happening after the wreck. Like, I was so focused on, like, wow, that is just everybody in the field. And I kind of noticed on the side of my eye on the track map, the guy in 9th place is just really far back. And I was like, let me focus on him real quick. And I'm like, he's going to the lead. He's just going to the lead.
Yeah, if I would have had more speed coming through there, I would have probably won.
Yeah, I think if your truck was just
so slow.
If your truck was fixed, I think you would have easily had it.
Yeah.
Or if it was even just Daytona.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like, the short in the dog leg, I would have been happy, but it's like, oh well, I got 3rd, so I was happy with it.
I can't remember if you were in it going for the championship. I don't think you were. No. So,
Not at all.
another driver, I have to say, thank you for showing up during the playoffs.
Yeah.
I am pretty sure most of the field is pretty happy. It'd be pretty boring if we only had 8 drivers here.
Yeah, 8 at Talladega would be
Yeah.
not a fun.
I think the idea that everybody had like two teams they were racing for made this a lot more interesting than it probably would have been if we didn't have that.
Yeah, it was pretty good strategy. It's like we had our little group of like 5 or 6, and then Fatal had their 5 or 6. So it was a good little battle there.
But after the exciting last lap, I mean that's kind of all you want to remember this race. Happy with the 3rd place. You got any shout outs?
I'll take the 3rd place in a run.
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, I'll shout out Dash and Charlie Irwin for wrecking me in pit road. So we'll have to go through and talk about pit road parking next race. So.
Well, congratulations on the 3rd place, and Martinsville next week.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one should be fun.
Good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
That was our 3rd place finisher. We'll grab Kevin Stanley now. Kevin Stanley, Michael in the booth. You got me?
Llama.
Hey, led. I mean, not sure how many laps you led tonight, but it definitely seemed like the most. We're up front all night. I saw you with the blinking problem again, but other than that,
I gotta move my wires probably tomorrow since I'm finally off work. Get on the house to move everything.
We see on the stream we had the big one, which involved every single car but Ryan O'Toole.
It's gone.
Want to walk us through the race and finally that big one? Seeing you now just sideways on track.
Playing because we knew, because D4C and my team, we knew Fatal had the alliance with AMO, so we was like, okay, they're gonna have way more calls than us, so we was like, let's work together, figure it out. And we kind of had a good plan. We was better on pit road, getting off and on, just was able to put a gap between them. And then few speeding problems. I know Toe sped once, Marty sped. Dash spun Toph on pit road. that was a fun conversation to hear. And then, so we lost a lot of calls. They had more calls at the end, so they called, and then I know Dash's block was a huge conversation piece later in that race. And then that caution on the phone screen while checking, I was like, I know it's coming. Just give me a few more 1,000 feet. Just a few more. I know y'all gonna do it, so just let me cross the line. And when it didn't happen, I was like, damn. And then that wreck, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a little upset. I was like, I know I was there and Tony came down. I know Tony's aggressive. I'm aggressive too. We have raced multiple leagues together in every game imaginable.
Yeah,
F1, we're gonna bang grills because we both ain't gonna back out if we side by side.
Both trying to get that win.
That's both of our mindsets. Yeah, we gonna send it in there as hard as possible and pray.
Yeah.
But I'm not happy to start one in this scheme. 2 top 2s.
There you go.
Place each time. Maybe that final one, put that one in the championship. If I make it.
If you make it. I mean, you kind of needed.
Hey,
I don't know if you
second
needed
in
to win.
last time, so.
Hey, and the guy who
Good
won doesn't race anymore, so I don't know.
Hey, and I think, by what I was told, we have a chance.
Yeah. The championship, leader and the guy who won the race last time, they haven't been showing up, so kind of anybody's race at this point.
I know Hobbs going to be tough. He's already locked in. I know Will's good at Phoenix, so if he makes it. I know Dash can pull off his shit once in a while.
I'm looking at it. I mean, on stream, it looks like you're left your left front was pointing left while you're going straight. I mean, you're turning right here, and I mean,
Yeah, I contemplated wrecking Marty for the win. I'm not even gonna lie. Once I got underneath, I was like, do I? Then I was like, I'm not gonna do that to him.
but
Marty's cool. He's always been respectable racing.
you and Matt were completely sideways in that wreck, just piled on into the middle of it. And somehow, first and second place, we watched the onboard with Matt. I mean, I was saying, this is the guy.
Yeah, had more damage when he got through. We all came out. I was like, oh, Bob has this. He backed into another plate win.
Oh, man. The idea that iRacing got rid of the caution on the final lap, and it led to just a wreck with everybody, and it just turns into who has the least amount of damage
Who can get that?
and who can get through the gears better.
We all was like, I got a little sniff of draft. Just push him.
But a really good race. I was a little worried with it going in with 11 drivers. I think the idea that you guys kind of took it upon yourselves to do two different teams made it really fun, really interesting for us at least. Made pit stops.
I kind of like Joe Ma being here. He was just oddball.
Yeah.
Thrown in there.
He was kind of like...
I was like, Joe Ma's going to win this. Just be that oddball. Just pull it out.
He was also kind of like Covert Ops during the race, going and racing with the other team for most of it.
Like, he was with us most of it, I'm pretty sure.
Wasn't he like the
I
bad
think he
guy
kind of just
on the end of like those guys? Near the end.
No? I mean, probably near the end he kind of was, but I think he pitted. He was in that way. Yeah, it was entertaining.
I mean, we enjoyed it. We enjoyed it up here. We had a lot of fun. I was really worried that it was just going to be single file, everyone right until the end. But
now, for Tony wrecking me, I got to go beat him in our college football league.
There you go.
I'm going to put 100 on him.
But Martinsville next week. Are you excited? Are you worried?
If it comes down to it, hey, Hail Mary might have to come out.
Hey. I mean, I'm not going to say you said it. We can delete that off the records.
We can delete. I think they know. If it comes down to me being behind you and I know I got to beat you, I think most of them know that I will move them. Wouldn't be the first time.
As long as you don't miss pit road in an Indy car, it'll be alright.
Yeah. Who could have done that?
Who could have done that? Who could have done that? Wreck the entire field. But finished in second place. I mean, solid points. I'm not sure where the points were going into this, but you got.
I think I was 7 out. I don't know if I led the most laps or Dash.
I'm not sure.
Right now.
I mean, I know you were up there a lot.
Defense. I don't want that. I want schedule. There we go. Let's see. Results. Dash led the most with 29.
All right. Well, I thought you led the most.
Okay.
It felt like it.
Yes. Kind of had that plan because I knew he was low in points too, so we was like, it's whatever. If whoever leads the most leads the most.
Yeah. Well, you got any shout outs?
Yeah.
You. Yeah, you.
Marty, Tove, Dash, Austin, all of them keeping our group. Like Jeremiah worked with us, was good on pit road, getting off and on. Hopefully next week we have a better show than last time at Martinsville.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are still trying to figure it out just as a group.
Yeah.
Martinsville at the beginning of schedule was an interesting choice, but made for I don't even know if it was interesting. Made for a race. But I
A
think
lot of interviews mid race.
yeah. But we'll see how it goes. I think it'll be a lot better this time, especially if we have the lower car count. But hopefully we'll talk to you next week and have a good week.
Yes, sir. I try my best. You too.
See ya. And now for our race winner, Matt McDonald. Hey Matt, Michael in the booth, you
Yeah.
got me?
Yeah, I do.
I don't even know what to say. This seemed like you were really good. You got caught up in some kind of wreck, and then you used, I don't know if you used your fast repair, but you were right
Nope.
back in it after getting your lap back.
Yeah, no, I actually I sped on pit lane, just wasn't paying attention, and so I was ended up 40 seconds back. So I never had to use fast repair, which was rare for a race like this. But no, we had a good truck, and it ran well in the draft or also leading.
Yeah, I mean, you started. I knew you were going to be really good at the end just by the way you came back through the field. When what is it? You got your lap back. I saw how quick you used that outside line, made it work, and then that last restart started on the outside, and I mean it didn't really matter where you got to because we had that big one. You want to walk us through what you saw? We took a look on board, but what did you see?
I was gonna say that I think first and foremost it was just luck, but no, I was gonna say from what I saw, I was in the outside lane, and I was trying to find a way to make a move. I wasn't sure where it was gonna open up, but I was kind of just sitting and waiting, and I think what it kind of eventually happened was it looked like Tony, who was the leader of the outside lane, came down and caught Kevin, and he wasn't clear, and that kind of caused a chain reaction. And at this point, nobody's lifting.
No,
so
it's the white lap
we just
and
ended
the
up,
white flag.
Oh, yeah. So we just ended up in a massive wreck. And when I came out of it, I saw two cars ahead of me, and so I was kind of like, oh, one. And the first car, I was like, they're gone.
They were gone, yeah.
And then I saw,
But
yeah.
that was,
so I was trying to figure out Austin. That was Austin, and I was like,
the lap
so I
car.
looked kind of, looked at the standings, and I was like, oh, I'm in second out of that. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh, Javi's the second ahead of me. But then I noticed, I was like, oh no, I'm catching him. And then saw Kevin was right beside me, and then Turf or Ryan was coming down the outside. He was catching all of us. So it kind of worked out timing pretty well, because Turf got past me, but he passed Javi enough for me to come to the outside to follow him. And then I gained on him in the draft, and I was actually ready to push him. That was my whole. He's my teammate, and I was like, you know what? We got a chance here to get him a win, and I was ready to just give him a push. And I knew I had a run on him. It was going to be a pretty big push.
Yeah.
And did not expect that the push kind of created another reaction to where he spun, and then I ended up beside Kevin, and it was just a drag race to the finish line.
Well,
so a lot of beat up cars and a lot of luck.
You know, iRacing changing this, I never really thought about this. I never even thought it would be like kind of possible. I guess it is, but they got rid of the yellow flag on the white flag.
Yeah.
And I kind of just forgot in all the chaos that the race wasn't over, or like there was still like active racing happening, even though everyone but Ryan was in the wreck. So when I finally noticed it, I saw that there was one car who was way back who was not in it, and I was like, oh, Ryan is coming. And I saw him pass everybody, and then it kind of turned into like, oh, this is going to be a race coming to the line when I saw you coming up. And it was like, all right, time to go back into like, there's a race happening.
Yeah. No, that was again, I've done these a couple times where there's been a big wreck at the end, but yeah, it was interesting without the caution, because for sure in a real race there would have been a caution.
Yeah, it would have been
there was some carnage.
It would have been Zapata's race.
And so it was. I mean, it's kind of fun in a simulator to run it to the end there, but it definitely worked in my advantage at the end. So no, I was happy to get a win. If it wasn't for my teammate, then that I got a win. So happy for that. But yeah, that was that is one that I will remember for quite a while as far as a ridiculous victory.
And it's not like Usually they put that. I think they put that in there because like a wreck will happen behind, and you still got guys racing for it. But I mean,
Yep.
this took out everybody. There was nobody
Yes.
racing anymore. So, it would have been interesting to see. I'm guessing it was just Zapata. If a caution was to come out, who it would have been. But with the new rule, I mean, it just kind of turned into every man for themselves. Just who can get through the gears, whose car is the least amount of damage. And
I guess would have been it would either be Javi or it would be Ryan, just because Ryan wasn't in the wreck.
right.
So like it might have actually like I think actually by the ruling of it because we were all in it,
Right.
and Ryan's the only one was not. That might be the person who actually would have won.
The thing is, the only thing that kept him from winning was he could only get up to 165 full
Yeah. What?
full speed.
That's what. Yeah, him and I talked after, and that's what he said. He was like, I was topped out. So when I gave him a push, we were looking at it, and I gave him 6 miles per hour more than what he had, and so like that's quite a bit of a shot.
Yeah.
And I just was like, I thought we were just catching him because of draft. I didn't think we were catching him because he was topped out.
I mean, looking at the
So,
wreck
like,
now on stream, you were really lucky. A little bit of net code
Yep.
there on the first hit to not get nose damage like crazy.
Yeah.
And then you kind of just pushed your way through it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I was like, I've watched it, and I've been like, I don't know how my car drove.
Yeah.
Like it got up to a speed of 170, and I was like, I don't know how. Like watching that wreck over, I don't know how any of the cars would have finished.
Yeah, no.
But especially, yeah, I would have assumed that my car wouldn't have made it around. There would have been a tow truck in real life.
Yeah, yeah. That just would have been the end, and Javi would have just kind of limped it to the start-finish
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
But, I mean, congratulations on the win. I mean, it's memorable for one. And two, I mean, you were out here to just win, really. That was your whole goal, just not
Yep.
the playoffs. It's always cool to get, like, a win, but when it comes like this, it's kind of special, because this one will sit with you for a while.
Yeah, one of the unique ones for sure. So no, awesome. Thank you guys for again broadcasting and doing all that. It's enjoyable to go back and watch the races, and so appreciate that. And yeah, looking forward to next week.
Yeah, well, congrats on the first place, and you got any more shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, shout out to my family, my wife, and my 3 kids, and of course to our teammates, and even Austin and Kevin. We worked quite a bit with them today, and Jeremiah we worked with today. It's always nice to kind of like we were pretty strong when we were all together, and so it's nice to kind of do that. So even though it was kind of chaos at the end, good to remember the other laps where we worked really well together. So, but yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, it seemed like those two teams really worked together. The 2 different Discord chats going at it. I think that made it real interesting.
Yeah.
But anyways, you'll be back from Martinsville next week or no?
Yep, I'm hoping to be back from Martinsville and for pretty much the rest of the races, anyways.
All right.
But yeah.
Well, in that case, we'll see you next week, and hopefully we're talking to you then.
Sounds good.
That was Matt McDonald, our race winner. After, I mean, the big one happened on the last lap. K-Spear is gone. We've lost him due to internet problems during the first interview. But I will close us out tonight as we pull up our race results. And Matt McDonald in first, Kevin Stanley Jr. in second, and then Ryan O'Toole in third, Javier Zapata in fourth, and then kinda whoever couldn't really get their truck rolling at any kind of speed after the big wreck, Jeremiah Holt in fifth, Will Moore in sixth, seventh, Anthony Camerata, Jade Feathers in eighth, and then a lap down, Charles Irwin, 2 laps down, Austin Mioto, and another 2 laps down, Keith Ayers. I think that is all we had. Yes, that is everybody. Next week, beginning of the show, we will have our points updated. Let you know who's on the cut line, who needs to win next week, as next week is the cut for the Final Four. But with that being said, I'm Michael Matta. That's going to close out our show here at MC Motorsports, and we will see you guys next week.